BCA has been, for more than a century, 106 years now, seeking to see Bible-based churches established and thriving in the regional, rural and remote parts of Australia. So I live in Sydney, and there typically there's some large, well-resourced churches. But as you well know, from Toronto or from Cobar here, in the bush, that's a different situation altogether. And so BCA comes in and we are wanting to support and encourage ministries in the regional, rural and remote parts of Australia. Typically then, BCA supports people like James in parish ministry. But as you saw in the video, we also have supported other ministries and continue to, and Neville will tell you more about Indigenous ministries in particular that are supported around the nation as well. Over the last century, they are the many places where BCA has had field staff. So really we have been a lot of places over the last century. These are the places where we are now around Australia, and more specifically, these are the field staff in New South Wales ACT. As was mentioned before, they're the folk that I have responsibility for. We go even further west from here. In the middle picture at the bottom there, the Hurleys are in Broken Hill. So most people think that you might have come near the end of the earth when you get to Cobar, but we know there's a good deal of Australia left to go out the west, and we've just had a great couple of days out there in Broken Hill visiting those guys. And of course, the very handsome rector and his wife there in Cobar. But we can go further east indeed, and in fact, part of the New South Wales ACT region is the guys on the top right-hand side. They're in Norfolk Island, which is about 1,400 k's off the east coast. It's kind of, in a sense, not bush, but it has no problem at all falling into the definition of remote. That is a really remote location, the small island of Norfolk. And BCA is providing support. What kind of support do we provide? Well, there's a couple of things. A critical one is prayer support, and on the way in this morning I hope you received a copy of the prayer notes, and I know some of you are already diligently praying each month for the folk around the country. When you get to the 22nd of the month you'll be praying for James and Brittany here in Cobar. We want to encourage lots of people to be praying for the ministries of the Bush Church Aid field staff right across the country. And that is a way that wherever we are, we can be supporting the ministries. Another way that we can provide support is by in practical ways. And one of those ways, for example, I was just talking about caravans briefly this morning, is these folk, BCA nomads, typically have caravans and go visiting places and provide support. And you know here, those of you who are local to Cobar, what an extraordinary support they have provided for James and your church here, for you to be able to do the visiting ministries that go out from this place to the farms, the regional areas around here. More recently then, BCA has had, nomads have had a gathering. We had a terrific time down in Mudgee, where I think 95 BCA nomads come from around the country for some days there in Mudgee, a great time of fellowship, and we heard their stories of some of the other things that the BCA nomads have been doing. So yes, prayer and practical ways are two ways that wherever you are, you can be involved in supporting the ministries of BCA. Of course, if you're in a position to support financially, that's critical as well, but your priority, those of you who are members of this church, would be to support the ministry on the ground here. On the way in too, I hope you picked up, and I gave you one of these Connect cards. We would love it if you were to fill it out. How do you do that? Well, you take the BCA pen. They're designed specifically for the purpose of filling out these cards. And if you give us your name, address or email address details, we can then be sending you in the mail or electronically, whichever you prefer, whichever you indicate on the card, the prayer notes, so that you can be continuing to support the ministries in prayer. Such a critical way to support the ministries. wherever you are in days ahead. So I'd love it if you take a moment to take that pen and just tick the appropriate box, whether you'd like to receive the prayer notes in hard copy, my preference, or in email, and I'll collect those at the end, and we can make sure that in the future they come to you that way. James, thank you very much.